Pollination is the process of pollen being transferred to reach the stigma. The process can occur with the help of wind, animals, and insects. There are two types of plants: angiosperms, who use animals, insects, birds, and mammals to help carry out pollination, and gymnosperms, who only use wind as an agent. Pollination by wind. The flowers are required to grow in relatively close range so that the pollen can travel to the ovules of a flower of the same species. This process is done by long-haired plume grass. The plant is long and covered in large quantities of pollen, and grows in large patches or fields, therefore making it more likely for the pollen to reach the stigma of a growing plant. The most common Australian flower that uses birds for pollination is the Australian waratah flower. The waratah produces a large amount of nectar and is the colour red to attract birds. The waratah is an open flower and the nectar is found in the base of the flower. Because of this, the bird has to put its head into the flower, making the pollen stick to the bird's beak and feathers. Then as the bird travels to the next flower and again digs for nectar, its pollen gets caught on the stigma. Pollination by insects is a method used by the famous eucalyptus plants. The most common insects that pollinate are bees, butterflies, moths, flies, and wasps. The bees are attracted to the red colouring and therefore go to the plant. The hair on their legs makes the pollen stick to the bee's body and it is carried to the next flower. Once a seed is made, it is best for it to grow or disperse over a wide distance so that the species can spread out. Seeds can be dispersed by animals, fire, water, insects, and birds. Water disperses the seeds of the water gum plants and mangroves. The seeds are made light and have a large surface area so that they can float and travel along short or long distances along bodies of water. Fire can be used for seed dispersal as the heat opens the hard shell of the seeds. This commonly occurs in the flannel flower. The seeds are made with a hard coat that protects them. Once it has been opened, the seeds are dispersed. Animals such as small birds are attracted to the plants like the birdlime tree. The seeds of the birdlime tree are made with little hooks that cling to the animal when it comes close or brushes against them. This is so the seeds can be carried long distances before they drop off the animal and grow. Ants are attracted to the wattle seeds as they have small amounts of lipids on their outsides. The ants can then carry the seeds to the nest, where they then grow underground. Asexual reproduction is the process of reproducing without sex cells. Budding is the process of part of the plant breaking off and being able to form a new plant, like the common reed. Vegetative reproduction occurs when the new plants are cloned from parts of adults, such as dandelions. When someone breaks the roots by ripping the weed out of the ground, a new one takes its place. Spore formation occurs in the soft tree fern, where the organism breaks into a number of spores, which in turn create their own duplicates of the plant.